What's going on? This is the Tom Carlson Show for Monday, June 27th, 2020. How are you? Are you going back to work? Phase 2, New York City started today, and New York is better than every other state in the fucking union. I never believed I would ever say that fucking phrase, but let me find the quote from Cuomo here real quick. Who, guys? We got to get him elected because his leadership through this whole thing, let's see, where is it? Has everybody else in the fucking country is just peaking at COVID stuff all of a sudden because they're morons. Let's see here. Governor Cuomo. Bluetooth off. Sorry about that. Where did he do it? Cuomo. And all these dudes. I'm looking up on Twitter right now, and it's just like, Cuomo did this, Cuomo did that, Cuomo did this, blah, 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 blah. Alright, where are you? Governor. Okay, there we go. Andrew Cuomo. Excuse me. Cuomo. Dude, look at his Twitter. Stop the spread. It's up to us, New York. It's all fucking tripped out, acid, mushrooms, all of that. That's his header. He gets it, guys. And unfortunately, he's having to deal with this transgender bullshit he's fighting for. But here's the quote. New York State, 6 hours ago, June 27th, 56,780 tests were performed yesterday. 552 tests came back positive. 0.97% of total. In the state of New York, yesterday only 10 people died, which is very sad. But at the peak of the hospitalizations in about, let's see, what is this? I don't know. February, March, there were over 18,000 hospitalizations. So New York figured it out. If your lame fucking city can't even get their own act together to protect their own people, all you got to do is look at New York and what we've been able to do here. We're reopening. Things are great. Things are turning around. But we still have to deal with all these asshole fuck kids who are getting everybody else sick. Speaking of which, really hope you guys like the new microphone because I can scream into it. And it doesn't blast your ears. Speaking of which, my hometown, Boise, Idaho, I'd say, top fucking, 20 city in America, just got blown up with corona because you got these fuck kids who've never been out of Idaho, never done anything with their fucking lives, and they just fucking went to the bars and blew the whole thing up to over 100 people just in Boise from those downtown bars now have corona. And so what I've been saying this whole time, and I've gotten a lot of flack for it, which is bullshit, is if you're going out and you're getting fucked up and you're not wearing a mask, and God forbid you have corona and you're still doing this, that person has to be put in jail. But you're not wearing your mask, and you're getting fucked up, fucking spitting on people at the bar unintentionally. You don't give a fuck about Black Lives Matter. You don't give a shit about George Floyd. You don't care about anybody but yourself. So use this as a learning opportunity for how to be a better person. So me, Ryan, fucking Tim, all the fucking people doing the right thing, don't have to drag you guys fucking around this whole fucking time and let us fucking fix everything for you fucks. Alright? Stepping off of soapbox. Okay, so as we proceed, this weekend I had a fantastic weekend. Also, I'm really going to try and stop swearing so much because I was talking to my parents and they're like, yeah, a lot of our friends like the show, but you drop so many F-bombs they have to turn it off. So, apologies, James Hayes. Who else we got? My Aunt Karen, my Aunt Tracy, all of you people who are, regular civilians and not in the comedy world where my type of language is normal. So, yesterday I was able to call my dad on the FaceTime and have a great father-son moment for Father's Day, because nobody cares about Father's Day. If you disagree with me, you're part of the problem. Nobody cares about Father's Day. The feminist movement itself should see how that works. That nobody cares about Father's Day. And the fact that the dads, the evil white men that you all hate, are cool with it. They don't care. All they want for Father's Day is people to give them a fucking break. Stop hassling your dad with shit. Stop asking for money. Stop asking him for anything. He doesn't want to keep giving you gifts when you're 30 years old. Take him out to dinner. Don't make him pay for it. Do the right thing. You know, he's got his money. He's fine. But, you know, show to your dad that you're a capable human being and you're going to be fine. So when he dies, he knows he'll be able to die peacefully because his children are going to be fine. Get it? And the best thing in my life to this point also happened after the last show, in that I am now on iTunes. I could not believe it, and all of your support and love for all of that really means a lot. So, how it works on iTunes, and I'm not going to give, a magician never reveals his secrets, right? You guys can do your own damn work and make your own damn show. But it takes like you finally figure out how to get it hosted on a platform, your RSS feed, all of that crazy tech stuff, which I finally now know. And what I was reading on Reddit and everything, it can take anywhere from a few hours to a few weeks just to get a response from iTunes. Someone's got to listen to it and make sure you're not a Nazi, right? And I got approval within like an hour and a half, which is really rewarding. I know I shit all over Apple. I really give it to them and Google more than anybody, because they do bad things in my eyes, but they also allow and provide an opportunity for someone like me who's got about 200 followers to get a platform where I can speak and people can hear what I'm saying. I'll get them in if you guys listen to me, I promise you this. If you listen to me and I'm still sober, I'll get your fucking life right. Just ask my friends. And so I totally would be fine dying of corona at this point, because my dream in my life to this point has been to get a podcast of my own. Because I listened to the Jim Rome show for about 20 years now. I thought that was the coolest guy to ever do it, and it is. I'll fight you if you disagree. You listen to Colin Cowherd, horrific shit like that. You listen to Shannon Sharp and those evil fucking people. And the reason I say Shannon Sharp is an evil person is not because he actually is. I think he's probably a great dude. I love it when he's just smoking his Black and Mild on the show with his, what do black folks drink? What is it? Hennessy. He's drinking Hennessy and he's got his Black and Milds, dude. That's the Shannon Sharp I want to hear. I do not want to hear Shannon Sharp giving shit. I don't want to hear Bomani Jones, dude. What the fuck? Giving Dabo any second of hard time just to fill your show and get people to watch you because you're telling people that Dabo's racist and he's in the KKK. That is evil media, and we cannot allow that to continue to divide our country. Otherwise, we're all going to kill each other. So, you know, I was listening to Stephen A. this morning, and he's my guy, man. I really used to hate that guy because of how much he screams and he makes it a show and everything. But he understands, man. He fucking gets it. The other guy at ESPN, what's his name? You know, he's always over at Clemson. He's got the crazy like mohawk hair. He's great. And he almost broke down on ESPN today because Bubba Wallace, the one black guy in NASCAR, that's a driver. There's tons of black guys that are involved with NASCAR from a company, a drive team standpoint where they're working on the cars and shit, and it's great. Clemson University itself really is invested into NASCAR from an engineering perspective, because how are you going to teach your students how to be great engineers other than letting them work at NASCAR and seeing if we can get this car to go 3,000 miles an hour? And Marty Smith is his name. the journalist guy for ESPN. You all know him. He's amazing. And he's got a southern drawl, so people think he's racist. It's ridiculous. And he almost broke down on ESPN today because, guys, there was a noose in Bubba Wallace's garage for his car. They're in Talladega, Alabama. And this is not any kind of connection with a noose to the great state of Alabama. They got their own problems. They're trying to get it better. They're trying. The people there are trying. Don't give any hate to Alabama. Where I think this came from, and the scariest part of this whole thing, is you can't just walk into a NASCAR driver's garage, right? Me and you can't do that. You got to go through a lot of security to do that. So it's someone within the NASCAR community did this, and they may never know, but I think they're going to, because the cool thing about Talladega, you guys think Alabama is this fucking third world country? They have all the same technology you guys have. And there are cameras everywhere, and I think they're going to find this person. So that would be terrific. Excuse me, I just needed to read a text we'll be responding to after the show. So, you know, you guys, I'm going to watch NASCAR for the first time in about a decade. This coming weekend, Talladega, Alabama. I'm going to put some money on it. You guys get on Bovada. At Bovada. At Bovada. I will do ads for your website. Listen to me. People will love it. I'll get people gambling who have never gambled in their life. I know everything about gambling. To the point where I may start day trading. Because, who's kidding who? I don't have a job. And, you know, I do have a job. It's the best job in the entire world, being a comedian. But I got time on my hands, and I can day trade, and I can gamble, and do all this shit. Hopefully make a bunch of money. Just like old Stooley president over there. So, you can't listen to Fox News. You cannot listen to CNN. You can't listen to MSNBC and all the fucking Satans talking to you on those shows. You got to turn them off. You can never watch them. Watch your local news. Do not watch the fucking evening news from NBC. I used to think it was this great production because they're very professional in the way they do that. But it's not journalism anymore. And people need to understand that. It's fear-inducing. It's tearing the fabric of our country apart, and we're allowing them to continue doing these shows. It's not Lester Holt's fault. He's there. He's having to do his job through all this bullshit. But when you start making so much money, you lose sight of what's actually happening in society. So you can't listen to somebody. I did see this. Fucking here's how bad MSNBC is. They hired what is his name? Brian Williams, who used to do a great job for NBC National News at like 6:30 here in New York. And it's broadcast everywhere, and he's a great storyteller and all that. But he lied on air to everybody watching that he was over in these helicopters in the Middle East for war stuff, and people were shooting at him, and none of it is true. That is who MSNBC has hired to tell their audience what's going on. You get it? You get it? Enough of that horrific hellscape. But we really gotta, you know, with this Crystalia thing and everything, we allowed that as a community to happen because they're like, oh man, look how cool this fucking guy is. He's got Mercedes fucking Jeeps and shit. Dude, I want to be just like him. No, the guy's a fucking asshole. Never ever follow someone because you think they're cool. Like, I used to follow Dan Bilzerian. And he's way better dude than fucking Crystalia, I'll tell you that. But I don't follow him because I'm not a cuck fuck. If you're following Dan Bilzerian, you're probably jerking off to the girls in his fucking videos, which is pathetic. But the reason you follow Dan Bilzerian is to get business ideas, and he's a business guy. That's why he does this whole thing. He doesn't give a shit about you or anybody else that's not like his family and stuff. But I'm not going to watch some guy that just has like 30 girls following him around. It's ridiculous. Good for him. Really crazy stuff. But you got to watch it with him, too, because he's getting old, and I'm sure there'll be a ton of 18, 17, 16-year-old girls that'd love to come live with him. And the reason we got to fucking kill the producers of the nightly news shows is because they will never report on things like that because Dan Bilzerian has money. And Dan Bilzerian has not done any of these things to my knowledge. I really need to express that so he doesn't sue me. But you got these news organizations who are so afraid to fucking tell us what's going on because they're cucks and we've become this society of nice people. And it doesn't work like that. The ecosystem of life does not allow that to happen. You guys really need to fucking learn that one of these days. And, anyways, that's what's been going on in showbiz. Joe Rogan really kind of fucked up. And I've never been like a huge Joe Rogan guy. He does a great show. He's amazing at what he does. I love his fight stuff. All that's great. But he lost sight of the fact that he now is getting paid $100 million by Spotify to do a show. And you can't... I mean, that's the dream. That's my dream. You will never be able to dig up maybe some bad texts I've sent to friends and stuff that are kind of like not good. But like, I'm not going to go on a show, on a platform, and just like be an asshole and talk about women. Joey Coco Diaz, who you guys gotta follow on Twitter, is able to do that because he has lived a life. He's explaining his life and what he's done. He's not like marketing it as good behavior. And you guys are trying to cancel him. Are you kidding me? You fucking cuck comedians. I love seeing the alt comics burn their own fucking lives down because people are going to need to listen to comedy sometime and I'll fucking be there. And it's been really interesting to see how this whole thing's working out. I finally have a voice that, you can't really take away from me. And I'll get a Patreon show going sooner than later. I'm not going to talk about the Epstein, Les Wexner, that scary stuff on a regular podcast because I don't know who's listening. You get it? That's how you got to set up your life, Like this fucking girl on Hinge the other day, this smoke show. This smoke show girl, man. I really hated that I had to deal with this. She's like, I'm like, let's see, when was this? This was on, I think, Saturday night. And she's like, you want to do something tonight? And I was like, sure, I ain't nothing going on. You want to come up here? I got some nice areas where I live, way better than living in downtown New York City. This place sucks. Nothing to do. The only thing you can do in downtown New York is just go down to the World Trade Center area, go down to Battery Park. That area is nice. Other than that, get the fuck out. And this girl, excuse me while I light my joint. Smoking all over the microphone. I wonder if you guys can hear that. I'll turn it way up. This is smoke going through the microphone. Probably hear my AC unit. So, cool. Anyways, this girl, who I'd fucking, even like 6 months ago, I would have just been like, alright, I'll fuck her. She's like, I got a boyfriend. Is that okay with everything? You cool with that? And I was like, sure. Because I'm not going to... stamp on her dreams and her life and what she believes in with polyamory and that lie, which is 100% what it is. And so I was like, sure, yeah, let's do it. And then I immediately unmatched her so she could never find me again. Because, maybe even 6 months ago, fucking 4 months ago, I would have been like, dude, I'm going to fuck this girl, and she's into polyamory. Dude, I could probably get a threesome out of this. Like, this is going to be the best, right? No. I have done all of those things, and it never ends up working out. Ever, ever, ever. Don't do it. Sounds like fun time? Don't do it. Don't fucking get coked out of your head and you're going to bang 2 chicks, dude. Don't do it. Stay home, jerk one out, and watch a movie. Which is kind of what I did. So, as I've been walking around New York, it has been the best weather of the year. It's getting a little hot, though. And that is enough of that. Good. God damn. Wow. I learned how to roll my own joints for the first time in my life. I'll tell you all that. Give me about 10 seconds. Alright. So, as I was saying, you know, you just can't invite that kind of behavior into your life. Which is, you know, I have an addict's brain, and it sounds like the best thing ever, dude. You should have seen this girl, how hot she was, dude. And you can't do it. You cannot do it. If you want your life to be okay when you're older, you can't do those things. You can do those things when you're like 19. Once you turn 21 and you got your own life, you got to be an adult, you got to pay your bills and shit. Like this girl, I'm sure would love for me to spend $300 on a dinner. I'll bang her and her friend, and I'll be out $300. I won't have any meaning in my life, and I'll be depressed for about 3 weeks. That's how it works. Don't do it. And on that note, I've got a girlfriend here. She's not my girlfriend. Her name is Sylvia, and I'm going to get her on the show because I'm so sorry to the, like, 2 females that listen to this thing. And I'm going to get her on the show, and she's, like, the biggest Weekend fan that I know. She really likes Saturdays and Sundays. Actually, like the artist, you idiot. And I'm going to have her talk about all the things she knows everything about the Weekend. XOXO for life, girl. Get it? Picking up what I'm putting down? Clearer than a stick in the mud? All that southern shit, dude, that's the best. Go down to Alabama for like 2 weeks, dude. You'll love it. Go down to fucking Birmingham, Alabama, get a dope house, get a shotgun, shoot shit, and fucking have a barbecue on a Saturday night in the woods in Alabama, man. It's the best. You just gotta make sure you have a screened-in outside. Otherwise, you can't go outside because there are so many bugs. I told you guys that I cut the shit out of my finger. Fortunately, that's all healed up very nicely. I was a little concerned with the COVID. And I'm taking my vitamin C. That's the thing. Like, you guys going out and drinking and all that shit, you know, it's an insult to my pain that everyone in New York has had to go through for about 4 months. And so that's really disgusting to see that behavior on Instagram, and I'm unfollowing people left and right. So that's been really rewarding experience in itself. And speaking of rewarding experiences, you guys should all go talk to a therapist. Guys, I'm talking to you. Girls, I'm sure you have had one since you were 16 because of your insecurities and all of that. But the girls, I'm speaking to you with this. When you're talking to your sexy fucking therapist, he's thinking the same thing I am. So watch yourself. Watch you. With Chris D'Elia playing him fucking self. What a total psychopath. And an extremely smart one at that. Chris D'Elia is much smarter than I am. So is Sylvia. Sylvia probably has an IQ of about 140, maybe 150, 160. Like, she's insane. She's going to have a ton of money when she's older because of how talented she is. And she can tell you some great weekend stories. And with that, you know, I'm bringing, let's see, what did I have the first time? I had the great story of the kid stealing his mom's car to go buy a Ferrari. Second time I had undercover agents with the FBI. Today I've got Dear Therapist, my boyfriend won't let me have male friends. Take a piss. Get comfortable. You get to listen to this on iTunes now, so take your shit. Listen to this story. Guys like that? A little ASMR for you. All right. He's cheated on. Okay, man, I feel so bad. But this guy is kind of mean, and I haven't read this, so I'm reading right along with you guys. He's been cheated on before, and he gets very anxious that I will want to be with somebody else. All of those feelings that he is having as a male are legitimate, and you girls gotta respect that. A lot of you don't, especially you youngins. You're disrespectful to guys really badly. Dear therapist, my boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years now and in a long-distance relationship. I gotta figure out how old this person is. Long-distance relationship, and we live 2.5 hours apart. That's not bad at all. You can see each other every weekend. I was thinking you're living in San Francisco and he's down in Miami banging Colombians getting his dick sucked by Venezuelans at the same time. And he has been in a few... He has been in a few sorry guys, smoked a joint. He has been in a few relationships before and has been cheated on every time. This guy's an idiot. That's the first red flag, girl. Get away from this guy. He has been cheated on every time. The only reason, if you're a guy, like, I get it when you're younger and you don't know how shit works. But if you're 30 years old and you're getting cheated on, that's your fault. Your women getting moist listening to that. This has really damaged him, and he gets very anxious that I will want to be with someone else or will stop loving him one day, which is really sad. I've been there. He also gets worried when I don't message for a while. Yep. I have a busy schedule and things crop up randomly. Yep. All good there. Oh, good there, girl. I like this girl. She's really honest. So it is difficult to message sometimes. I tell him this, but he doesn't cope well with any change to the system. Girl, all right, girls, if this is anything you can relate to this, cut bait with this guy. It'll be better for you both. He'll get over you in 3 years like it took me. But if you just stop allowing him to text you, he'll move on and you'll both stop being so annoyed with each other. He also gets very upset and threatens to leave anytime I mention any boy I'm acquainted with. Dude, I've been both of these people. And he worries about what will happen when I go to college soon. Oh, girl, dude, just cut him up. Please, do this for me, girl. Please break up with him before you go to college, man. Oh, my God. Are you kidding? Why are you writing this person? Woo! He must have a great dick. I have tried assuring him that I'm never going to leave him because I love him, but this doesn't help at all. Yep, I'm really sorry, girl. That's tough for you, too. But, you know, the best thing about this, you guys are like 18 years old. Cut bait with this guy. Let him get his own life started. And when you're like 24, 26 or whatever, you can reconnect. That's been the best part of the relationships that have blown up in my face. He says if I am ever friends with boys at college. Bill, I totally get how hard it is to read when people don't use proper English. I currently attend an all-girls school. Okay, a little bit of Jenny. Jenny, you're my girl, Jenny. He says if I am ever with friends with boys at college, I currently attend an all-girls school, he will have to leave me, which is fine, because he won't know how to handle his anxiety. Yes, this guy is starting to get it. Okay, good job, buddy. He even gets upset if I message any boys, yep, who are just friends on social media. He also hates the ideas of clubs because he says that boys only go there to get girls, which is 100% true. That's the only reason guys go to any of this shit. They don't. The only reason a guy follows you on Instagram, if you're not like friends from a young age and family stuff, it's because he wants to fuck you. He also hates the idea of club, blah, 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 but I feel that I'm going out with friends to clubs is a typical college activity. 100% yes. So you got to cut bait with this guy, girl. You got to get rid of him, and he'll understand in about 3 years. I understand the pain he has to go through, which is a very nice thing to say. And I am also supportive of him. Oh, man, I know everything that's happening with this. I had the same thing happen to me. But sometimes I don't know what to do and just give in to what he wants because I hate seeing him unhappy. Because I hate seeing him unhappy. He'll be happy in like 6 months. I know this isn't the right thing to do. I'm desperate for some advice on how to build up trust between us. Get away from him. I'm not even going to read the therapist's advice because it's about 5 pages. This is why therapists suck. They don't cut to the chase. They aren't, because they're afraid they're going to get sued because you're mean to someone. Break up with this guy. You'll both be better in like fucking 3 weeks. I promise you. Take care of yourself. Tell him to take care of himself. And you guys can talk in like 6 months. You can't talk. You cannot talk. Don't answer any of his texts. Just mute all his shit on Instagram. Don't see him at all. That's how you do it. Because I was the person on Instagram trying to follow people and just like check in. Extremely stalker behavior, which is a really bad thing that's happening to people younger than me now. But I was like the first kind of guys to start doing it when you're like, you're looking at these girls you like maybe had a thing with and you're checking their Instagram, you're seeing what kind of guys they're with. It's really dark. So you get this guy out of your life and he'll figure it out. Sounds like he's already kind of figured out the path to self-care, which is the whole point of every relationship. You have to take care of yourself first, otherwise you're meaningless and you're wasting the other person's time. And that is the end of the Tom Carlson fucking show for Monday, June 27th, 1986. All right. God bless. Talk to you on Thursday. See you later.